Today, Connecticut did a very unconstitutional thing. It passed its version of an assault weapons ban, which limited the types of weapons you can own, the types of magazines you can own without being registered, and then also limited you on purchasing ammunition, which is requiring you to actually buy a certificate in order to purchase ammo. I find this very ironic, seeing that Connecticut's state motto is the constitutional state. Well, it's very unconstitutional, and they infringed on every Second Amendment right of every person who lives in Connecticut. One of the things that I kind of find interesting is this, to me, this is a feel-good law, because criminals will never register their weapons. Criminals will drive the 45 minutes from anywhere in the state to get outside that state in order to purchase ammunition. So again, this is a feel-good law. This is not going to stop anything. But why did they pass it? Why did they go ahead and try to do this? Could it be as a response to Sandy Hook? Well, absolutely it could. But when you start looking at the way that Connecticut's set up and some of the things Connecticut has done in just the last 10-15 years, you really start to see a pattern inside Connecticut. One of the things is that Connecticut is one of only 2 states that does not have a sheriff, the other one being Alaska. Why is this important? Because the sheriff is the top law enforcement official in any state. They can tell any other government agency to get out of your house. They have the power not to enforce any rules, such as the one with Sheriff Mack when he sued and won the lawsuit against the Brady campaign and against the Clinton assault weapons ban, which went all the way to the Supreme Court. So most other states that actually have these types of legislations in the House and in the Senate of their state, most every sheriff has said that they were not going to enforce those because they infringed on the constitutional right. So what actually did happen in Connecticut? Well, number one, Connecticut used to have sheriffs, but John Rowland in 1999 really started pushing for the sheriffs to be written out of the Constitution, and he got his wish then in November of 2000, where there was an amendment passed that repealed the Sheriff's Amendment. So why is the sheriff really important? Well, the sheriff was put there for the 10th Amendment. The sheriff was put there in order to protect the citizens against the government, and because now they removed that sheriff, now they can do whatever they want, such as this. Like I said, Sheriff Mack, who runs an organization called the Constitutional Sheriff and Peace Officers Association, they have actually been out talking to other sheriffs and getting them to sign pledges in order for them not to pass illegal laws such as the one that was passed in Connecticut today. But unfortunately, the people in Connecticut don't have that right. On a side note, John Rowland, who was the governor in 1999, who really pushed for that, was later arrested several years later for receiving bribes. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? So next time that your sheriff asks for your support, please make sure you support your sheriff. They're very important in this fight against our Second Amendment, our First Amendment, our Third or Fourth or Fifth or Sixth or Seventh, and our Eighth Amendment. They are very important in protecting us.